Welcome back, Profit Takers. It's Victoria here. And today I wanted to just, go over the dashboard and kind of see what's setting up for tomorrow. On Thursday, we had a lot of good setups that played out this week. Right now, I am looking at the S&P. The S&P and NAS both did the same thing. So let me go over it to NQ. S&P though, I did like how it set up initially. This is the micro ES. How it just, it came all the way up to the high, pinged the high, and then it fell straight away. And just like the other one, but NQ was at the low of the day pretty much, well, in the middle. And it also just started to break down right underneath the closing price. So this thing broke down all day long. I honestly was not expecting it to go all day long. But just like the Dow was long all day long as well. So right now we are out of balance, right? We closed out of balance. As you can see here, we're also in the third day from the peak. So day 1, day 2, day 3. So this is a possible day where we could see this thing reverse, and it could reverse all the way back up. We've already pretty much hit the max on the ADR, as we can see here. So tomorrow I'm going to be waiting to see if this thing is going to give us an opportunity to go long. So sideways, maybe another, if it pings this thing and breaks, like literally pings the previous day, that'll be great. It may or may not do that, but definitely expecting it to reverse back up. Okay. Especially since it did this huge drop. So that's NQ, and that would be the same for the S&P. All right. Also close out of balance. All right. And just expecting for a reversal. S&P is going to be a day 3 reversal instead of a day 4 like NQ, but nonetheless, Thursday, if you follow Stacy Burke, Thursday is a day 2 for the weekly template, and for the PTAD, it is a day 3, and we are expecting a reversal because we did break out. Now I could be wrong. We could stay in breakout. Okay, we can stay in breakout on the S&P and continue to push down to 380R. We saw on NQ, it cleared 380R. All right. But that doesn't stop it from extending. It doesn't stop it from extending. And I'm going to show you guys what I do on, this is just a little trick. This is something that BTMM does, right? Remember the ADR boxes, right? So here's the ADR boxes. As we can see, we had 380R, right? And this also extended. And Q could possibly extend tomorrow. I don't know, right? So I just pop those boxes, right on top of each other, right, to emulate the 380R for the extension. And then that kind of gives you a guide like, okay, could this thing go all the way to the top, right? As you can see, it only went about 280R, right? Not even all the way through the second ADR, but just about right before it started to break down. But I knew immediately today for gold was a day 3. I did take this trade. So we were at the high, right? And, obviously, the best entry is to take it after it clears the previous day, right? That is the best entry. But taking it from the high was good too, because it was a day 3 and we already had 3 hits to the high anyway. And that's what we were expecting, and that's what it did. So with that being said, it's closed inside the range. So tomorrow I am expecting it to continue to drop. I am. I mean, unless it decides, it wants to continue to go longer and continue to extend, who knows what's going to happen tomorrow. But just know that breakouts fell all the time. Okay. Looking at platinum, this was a beauty. All right. Tuesday, we had where this is basically a reset. You see how price hit the low, it broke out here. Okay, so I'm just marking that peak. And then today we had a peak high, right? It broke all the way out. So when we break out both sides of the ranges like that, that resets the market essentially. Okay, sometimes you'll see it like this. Oops, I didn't even mark this one. This is also a reset day. If I can do that. So you notice here, guys, we have a break on both sides of the range. Not just the range, but these major levels, the previous day high and lows, right? So when that happens, it also resets it again. So we were looking here to go short and it failed. Boom, it came up here. We're looking for it to go long. It failed. Now we have a new peak high. And then it just dropped. It was actually a beautiful trade that I missed. I missed this one. So now that we have this thing that has broken, there's a peak high. Thursday is, again, it's a day 2. So it may not, produce, right? We want something, we want it to confirm whether or not this thing is going to, perhaps hit this level. I always mark the 50% level because that tells me a lot that this area is valid. It's going to either come to this area and get resistance, or it's going to come to this area and then it's going to get support and go, right? So even if it does come all the way up here, I don't even know if it will. Sometimes it does. But day 2, this is the day where we want it to confirm whether or not it's going to be a signal for us to continue to go short, which would be the first red day. Or it fails, right? Like I said, these breakouts fail all the time, right? So once it fails, obviously the PTAD is going to update. It's going to update immediately within real time. So if it does decide that it wants to continue to fall, obviously we have this low here that, will be nice if we can break that low from Tuesday. So I'm going to be watching this one because if that happens, guys, it's going to be on and popping. Break that low. I'm pretty sure it may just come all the way down here. Will it make it there on Thursday? I don't know. Right. But that's what I'll be looking for tomorrow, whether or not this is going to confirm as a signal for Friday's day 3. Where we are going to be able to, really take this down to the previous month's low. If for whatever reason it, tomorrow it decides to just, go sideways, right? So tomorrow it could just literally just, do nothing. Here's the previous day level, and, it could, totally get support here and then it fails totally, right? Don't know, but I just want you guys to know that it could fail. If it gets resistance from here, then that's great. We want it to close below the open price, and then we'll have our signal day in check for us to potentially, have a high probability trade on Friday to go short, right? So that's exactly what we're looking for on tomorrow. Let's look at the Russell. The Russell and the Dow were the same. Again, this thing here, guys, we have our pump here. Okay. Today, day 3 to day 1, right? Now we have the reset. Okay. Again, this is completely maxed out. All right. Completely. This was our consolidation day. So tomorrow I will be waiting to see how this also behaves, right? We did break, we broke the previous day high. We did break that. We did close below. It is looking pretty good, right? It's looking pretty good, confirming as a potential short for tomorrow, because that's what I'm looking for. And if that is the case, then obviously we would want it to do its thing and then break the major level here. And then, it could, literally, it could come to the previous week's high here. Or maybe, maybe we get support here at the initial balance low, which was Tuesday's extension of the range, right? It could do that there. And then we'll see what happens. So right now, I'm looking at this as not only is it going to be day 2, right? Because it's Thursday, but I'm looking at this as 1, and then this is 2, and then I'm looking for that 3rd day reversal trade for the Russell. Okay. Hopefully that made sense. Now I'm just randomly picking instruments here. Now this one, I posted this one because I was actually following it. I didn't take this trade today, guys. It just started moving way early, and by the time we had the 10:30 inventories, I was like, forget it. I'm not getting in this trade now. I guess I should have went ahead and took this trade, because if it's already setting up, guys, just take the trade. You don't have to worry about, because crude opens at 9. They open at 9 o'clock. All right. So if it's already in play, take it. Right. Just take it if it's already in play. That's all I have to say about that. Obviously, this is out of balance. It has closed out of balance, guys. And, we're just waiting to see. And it did, obviously, first green day, obviously. We had this, as you can see here, this was the previous day level, right? Which completely broke out, right? And failed. We opened inside. Well, we're still out of balance, actually. We're out of balance, and we got our support at the Friday's close. And this thing continued to go on, and it moved beautifully. Like this, these are the moves that I'm looking for. I cannot stand it when it does all this. You don't know what it's doing. I don't even like the way this drops. That is annoying. I just want it to be smooth, right? So now that it's closed out of balance, guys, we can see here. So tomorrow we're just expecting it to respect the previous day high level and then continue to go up. Is it going to happen? I don't know, right? So this is day 1, this is day 2, this is day 3, and this could be the continuation move on up, and perhaps, it could hit this previous high level, get support. But if it breaks through all that, guys, ooh-wee. Okay. All right. Euro, we got the Euro FX Global here. Again, this is just like the other pairs. I'm really liking this. You see how it broke the previous day level? So that's day 1. And then today was day 2, right? And it closed above the open. It's broken out. We are in breakout. So tomorrow it could come up to this level, to the previous day high. It could come up here. It could fail and come back down, or it could break through, which obviously, if it's in breakout, we wanted to maintain the breakout level and continue on up, right? That would be nice. We got this high, so it could come back down here and then do a dump and pump and go up. And that's the Euro FX. That one you can trade in futures, okay? So yeah, let's see what this is. Oh, this is NASDAQ again. This is the E-mini. So basically, we've already covered NASDAQ. We've covered crude. We've covered the Russell. Let's go to YM, which is the Dow. Same thing with, the Russell and YM. So we had our pump here. Even though this was, I'm counting it like this. right? Um, well, actually, should I be doing it that way? Hmm. Either way, we had this big pump here. You know, we had a move here that it did end up consolidating towards the end of the day. We're out of balance, right? Out of balance market can fail. So obviously tomorrow it may or may not, you know, open and, you know, pop up through the previous day high, and then start to break down. Hopefully it will break down early enough for me to get in and not like the NASDAQ, you know. I want to be able to get in on this one. So yeah, those were the trades for tomorrow, guys. That's a lot. That's a lot to pick from. So whichever time your session is, right? Just be ready to execute on those trades. And hopefully price behaves and it goes our way, right? And the trading gods are listening to us. But nonetheless, I hope you got some value here. And, you know, if you have any questions, drop them in the chat. We'll see you in the next one. Ciao for now.